Of course, social problem in our country is very, very big. And during 17 years working with this problem, I can mark 3 directions that meet each other this way or other. We work with prisons, we serve in prisons, we work with drug addiction and alcoholism, with rehabilitation of such addicted people, and more than 10 years we work with orphanages. And of course, it is possible to say that these are 3 directions that meet each other. Working for a long time in this direction, we can see that these things are connected with each other. We constantly see people who are in prisons. Usually, these are the people who went through orphanages. They were orphans. The people who enter into the addiction, drug addiction or alcoholism addiction, in majority, these are the people who also were orphans, or maybe their families were not normal, full families. So, I would like to touch one of the areas in our countries: orphans. The things that I see today, we can understand 118,000 kids are orphans without no father and no mother. More than 650,000 kids are also orphans. They have parents, but they are orphans in orphanages. So we work, we serve in orphanages, we do different celebrations, different projects, we give some gifts, we try to bring some nice things into their childhood, to bring warmth and care. More than 3 years ago, we started to think to build the orphanage, to build like a family type home where we can take kids, where the kids could be in the atmosphere of love, where will be fathers and mothers, where would be brothers and sisters, and they will hear the word of God, they will visit church every weekend, they will be in warm and love atmosphere. We began to search for the place and for the property. It took quite a long time, but I should say that during all these years we were coming to this project, and today we bought a property, a piece of land. Now we have a document that we are the owners of the piece of land, but it is not enough. For a long time we worked with the project, with the blueprint of the orphanage. We made it, and then we got different permissions. To get one permission, it takes a lot of time. To get one permission to build something, to build the house for kids and for their parents. Now we are in the time of building. We build, we buy the materials, we gather the finances, we invite to participate the partners who are not careless about the destiny of these kids. We believe that we will be able to build such a house, and it will be such a project where we will be able to take 2 families, and each family will take by 10 kids, and they will grow them. And we have these families in the church. I am a pastor of the church, and they are the ministers in our church, and one of such families took 6 kids from orphanage to their house. They have small apartment, not so much square meters, but they are ready to take more kids and to grow them. and to bring them love of father and mother, but their square meters do not allow them to do that. And the department working with kids, they do not allow them to take more kids. Another family took 4 kids, and they are going to take the 5th one, so they are ready to serve. And I believe that together we shall be able to build such a house where they will be able to live, to take more kids, and to bring these kids, and by showing them love of God the Father, of mother and father, to introduce them to the Bible, to the truth, so that these kids would be able to have a future. So therefore, if you watch this video and you are not careless about the destiny of these kids, I invite you to partnership. I know that one person will not be able to do a lot, but by joining together, we will be able to do some big and huge projects and to save tens, hundreds, and maybe thousands orphans in our country. For a long time, in our country, different foreigners were coming and adopting kids who had some kind of sicknesses. They had some things in their bodies. But 3 years ago in our country there was a law passed, and today the foreigners cannot adopt kids in our country. And our citizens of Russia, many families, they take kids, they adopt them, but the problem is that they choose the small kids, the kids without sicknesses, and they see that the genealogic, the things that they inherit from their parents would be nice, but the kids with the sicknesses, they stay in the orphanages, and they survive different things. They are the things that influence on the future of their life. We believe that we'll be able to take such kids, and we will work with them, we will pray for them. We have so many miracles in the life of kids who received supernatural healing because they entered into the Christian family. They came to the church, and as a church together we can pray for them, and they can be a part of the church. Some of these kids, they made a covenant with the Lord, and I believe the destiny of such kids has huge, very huge future. So again, I ask everyone who is not careless, let us together to stand in the break, in the gap for each child who doesn't have a destiny, doesn't have future, but God has future for each one of these kids. I believe that together we shall be able to save lives of these kids. According to our countings, to build such house for 2 families, and they will be able to take 20 kids, about 20 kids, to serve them, to care about them. We calculate to spend 10 millions of rubles. It's about $150,000. For somebody, it is maybe very big amount. For somebody, it can look how it's possible to build such a house for such small money for so many kids in our country. But we can do that together. If you want to connect with us, now you see the email address and telephones. Just get in touch with us. We'll tell more about our project, and you will have the possibility to participate together with us. And at the end, I would like to thank you. Thank you so much that you are not careless toward the good things. May God bless you and reward you 100-fold times for the things you do for increasing, for the growing of His kingdom.